it's Glenn here again. I hope you're having a great day or a great week. Just here with this twin engine 110 scale build that I'm doing currently. What I'm going to do today will be cutting this shell out for the batteries to fit, because obviously it's a lot wider than normal. So we're going to have a battery sitting inside the shell there and half out sort of thing, hopefully, and vice versa on the other side. We might be able to move these plugs around, might have to sit the battery this way. I don't think it really matters on how I'm just going to cut it out anyway. It's just going to be a hole, so hopefully it'll fit fine. So what I'm looking at doing is what I've already done, sorry. If you have a close look, you just see that line there, running all the way down to about there. I didn't really want to cut past this bit here, only because it's a bit rigid and I really wanted that sort of structure, but the battery's just a little longer. So I thought, well, I'll give it a go. If I stuff the shell, you know, you can always buy another shell and maybe bring it back slightly, just so then you don't have that issue if it's too soft. So, but I'll get to there. Like I said, never done this before, so we'll get to that point when we get to it. So all I done was line the battery up, roughly where I wanted to get it to sit. And I'm getting my Sharpie. But this one here that I use, it's got the fine and ultra fine. So you got your texture on one end, and then what I used to draw around that battery was the ultra fine, like a real felt sort of tip on it. So all I did, I just had the battery sitting there, and I just run all the way around like that, and down, done on both sides of the shell. I don't think you want to see the other, like I'll show you the other side, but I don't think you want me to try to explain the other side. It's still the same thing. I've roughly got it lined up. It's, like I said, doesn't have to be perfect. So now I'll cut out the shell, and yeah, we'll, don't know how much of that you're going to see, but I'll see if I can keep some in frame without, you know, stuffing it too much. I've got my curved scissors. What I might do, I might cut to there. So, and I'll cut that side there. So yeah, I won't be able to cut it on that sort of, won't be able to make the scissors turn that far, and I don't really want to crack the shell. So if I just take my time, I might even just cut that a little bit straighter there. So then when I do it on that angle like this here, be sort of similar to how I cut out my other shells, but I'm just not going to draw the line on it. You probably could with the little hobby knife there. It's up to you, but I just, you know, I'm just gonna try to do a, how would I put it, not a dodgy job, but you know, like I said, it's only a very old shell. It's already got cracks on it, but I'll just see if I can get this to, yeah, just want to see if I can get this cut out half decently, at least, without, you know, I could sit here all day trying to talk about how to cut out a shell. So I know you've seen it, if you've seen my other previous video on how to paint and cut out the RC shell and modify it and all that. So yeah, I'll bypass all that, so at least you aren't too bored. So yeah, I'll just cut this up here, straight up the guts of it, and now let's finish it off here. Sorry if this isn't really in focus. I'm sort of trying to see what I'm doing, plus trying to get it in the camera view as well. It's a bit, for me, it's a bit unco. Can't really get it spot on, but hey, with this RC world, close enough is good enough in some cases. So that should be probably about it. Looks reasonably straight. Oh no, sorry, I've got to cut a little bit more off the top of this one. Sorry, that's not even right here. Still got plenty to cut off here. So just keep going like that. Hopefully you can see that, sorry. I know I'm trying to get it too close to my face to see what I'm doing and you aren't even in view. Sorry about that. So there, be roughly like that. Where's the buggy? We'll see how that works out. So I'll sit the buggy there. Yeah, bugger, I've done the other side first. All right, so do that. Move all these wires here, sorry about my arm. Just whack her in there, it doesn't have to be. See, you can see the hole now. Straight in there, and if we get a battery, it should slide just in there, like so. There's not much, I don't really want too much gap between the shell and the battery, because I don't want too much air in there. If I do, I'm not saying I'm going to hit ET speeds to the point where it's going to affect it, but I don't want it to have too much of air in there. So if I slide that in there now, and put that back on, yeah, so I might have to cut this on up, there we go. And that's her in there. There's your wires that are slightly in there, so if you wanted to, so yeah, that looks pretty good to me. So, but if you really wanted to, see where these little wires are here, I'll see if I can zoom in for you. So if you really wanted to, see where it's hitting there. So once I pin this down though, that's how it's gonna sit. See how much, I haven't really got much clearance right there where the wires are. You could get away with just maybe cutting a little extra, like a circle out of there or so, or just cut a little bit further out and then come back in. Sort of like an S sort of a shape. So you go straight, come out about here, and come back in and go straight down again. That's really up to you. But for me, I'm just not too sure on how I'm gonna have this sitting, because these wires may be back here, but I might see, because if I go up that now, see, that's where I'm gonna be in a bit of trouble, because it'll fit, it'll still fit, but now I've got this problem here with these out. So you may want to cut a little hole, or if you want to slide them in, it's up to you how you want to do it. Maybe put a little hole over top of it, so you slide that back in. It's really up to you what you want to do, but at the moment, that's where my ESC is, so that's where it's going to sit like that. Maybe on this side here, on the other side, the ESC's back here. I'll flick this around for you. So that's where I may have to go backwards. See, my ESC's back here, and there's my wiring there for it. So I may have to, on this other side, cut. Actually, that's going to be inside. I won't have to. Excellent. That's already going to be sitting inside the shell. So when I put the shell on, I don't have that issue about cutting a little bit extra. So that worked out absolutely great. So, but yeah, I'll just do the same thing on the other side. I know it's going to be a bit boring, but I'm still trying to learn how to cut and edit, and I'm still trying to figure out how to cut out bits of my video to the point where you don't notice where I've cut and where I've added. I know a lot of yous will be telling me, look, it's easy, just do it like this, but for me, I'm not really that computer literate, if that makes sense. I'm lucky to post YouTube videos up. So, but I'll get there eventually. It's just got to try and figure it out. So at the moment, I'll just keep running it constantly. Like, I don't really do much editing with my videos because I'm still trying to learn how to do the edits with my videos. So yeah, so within saying that, I have purchased, sorry, I'll just show you what I'm doing. Sorry, I'm just cutting this side out. Yeah, so I'm just showing you what I'm doing. It's not like I'm just sitting there talking crap sort of thing. I'm just trying to cut this side out while I'm talking to you. So I don't know if you want to see me cut this side out or not, but I'll just do it off camera. It's a bit quicker when I can actually see what I'm doing. But yeah, as I was saying, I have purchased 2 pinion gears. I'm not too sure what would be the best size to go, because you don't really know about heat, about how it's going to run, how it's going to handle, or not handle, but mainly perform. So I end up just going the 21 tooth pinion at the moment. So please don't go out and buy a heap of 21 tooth pinions and saying, look, this is overheating, because like I said, I haven't tested it yet, so I'm not sure myself if that's going to work. That's just, yeah, I've just got to try to figure it out. But you don't know unless you start somewhere at least. So I thought I'd just start from like basics, I suppose. And normally the pinions that do come with them is like I think it's like a 28, a 26 and a 21 off the top of my head. I could be wrong though. So, but within saying that, that's what I've done so far. So I'm just waiting for them to turn up so I can whack them in, get all this fired up and see how it runs, and then we'll go from there. So now that side there's cut out. So that'll sit in there. See, I've got the same problem with this side, as you can see. Sorry about this camera. Right there, see how it's hitting right on that. See how it's hitting right on that wire there. If you really wanted to, you could cut that, like I said, a little bit further out to bring it back to the battery. Like, just cut like a U shape out of it and just bring it back here and let it go down so it's not going to rub. But I don't think it's going to rub too much because that's maxed out. That's not going any further, see? That's maxed out at the front as well. So that's really how much gap I've got between the shell and the battery, which is not too bad. So what I'll do is I'll put this, sorry about the mess on my bench when you see it, 'cause it's an absolute disaster. Then this side here, will go there, like that. And that will all sit into there. I'll fix that side up so it's not sitting right, not far enough forward. Done. That's it. So now, that's it sitting there with two batteries in. I couldn't really put the batteries in any differently, only because, like I said, with the room and all that type of thing, probably on a, sorry about fingers, with a further video, I might end up having to put some Velcro straps that will go long ways. I don't think I'm going to go this way. I think I'll go long ways because then that will stop it from going this way. But then I've got the side here to stop it from wanting to jump out. It'll be something we'll have to test out as well down the track. Not 100% sure how I'm going to do that, but that'll be on another video. So that's it there. I might make this on a little longer video than normal. What I might do next is I'll got brand new shocks here. I bought for the buggy, so I might fit them. So my biggest concern at the moment with these shocks would be don't know if it's gonna, I don't think they're gonna hold the weight of the batteries because they're not heavy duty shocks. So within saying that, I may have to alter so that it's got 4 lots of shocks on it. So, show you what I'm talking about. Just gotta rip them open, get them out. So within saying that, these are they're pretty bouncy, they're not bad. They've got a fair bit of give to them. But I may be talking about one here. Wait, I'll just push my thing up. My camera's not standing properly. Might bring that back, that might be a bit better for you. Sorry about the angles. So this here, instead of just running it from the front to there, I'm thinking about running also a back one from there to there. But within saying that, you'll have to take the spring out of it because the spring is going to hit like you see on there, as you can see that. So I may be only just be able to run just the shaft without the spring. So I might have to put thicker diff oil in it to make up for that. But within saying that, that's something else we'll get to work out down the track. So we'll see how these springs handle it first. And if I don't think they're going to handle it enough, well, I'll just have to go another way, I think, and just sort it out. And that will be just doing the shafts and take the springs off, but maybe put thicker diff oil in it, or not diff oil, but shock oil in it, so then it will stop that sort of issue. But like I said, even with this here, I just got to move his over a sec, so actually might be better off on that side maybe. So, but like I said, all this here for me is all trial and error. I'm not too sure how it's going to work. I'm not too sure if these shocks will hold up. So I'm just going to play it by ear and just see what happens, and yeah, we'll go from there. So I like my dog bones as straight as I possibly can get them. These here. Only because if you have them too far down, they start binding up on the cups, and that's when you start having problems. So straighter they are, the less binding you're going to have, and it's going to be a lot smoother sort of a setup. So I'll just whack this in here. Excuse the hands, guys. I'm just going to put this on the screw. Where's this? I should have got my tools organised before I started, I think, because I'm all over the bloody place, to be honest. Grab my screwdriver too. So what I'll do is I'll just screw these up nice and tight. Like so. Grab my shock and just push it on. Done. There you go. That's one shock on. As you can see, it's pushing down a little bit, but it's not going to bind up too much. So, but like I said, if I don't like how the shocks feel after this run, like after running it for the first time, what I'll end up doing is getting the shock oil out of it for one, but just make sure that you know roughly how thick that shock oil is. Because if you don't know how thick that shock oil is, you don't want to put the same amount in there, or you don't want to put any thicker in there if it's going to do that issue even worse, or not thick enough if it's too thin. So it's just something, that's something you just got to really look out for, because yeah, it's just hard to tell it. When you buy shocks, it's hard to tell, what sort of shock oil that has in there. So just keep that in mind. This here is going to be, it's going to be a lengthy video today. I'm already at 17 minutes, so hope you are enjoying this, guys. Or hey, if it's too long, let me know, because I haven't really done too many real long videos. I'm not sure what people like to watch. If they like to watch the longer videos, or do they rather watch the shorter ones because they don't have enough time to watch the longer ones and they forget where they're up to. Some feedback would be excellent if you can tell me what you like. The longer videos better or shorter ones are better, just so I can keep doing it, sort of thing, that way, because I'm not too sure myself. So that's the only best way I can get that problem solved. Or if someone goes, oh yeah, keep the longer videos coming, I'll keep them coming. Now we'll just do the back ones. With the back ones, as you can see, this is what I'm talking about with see how the dog bones are on that big angle? I'd rather run it like that. Like, not always straight as the best, not always, but I always find that I've got less binding, because once you're using your car, you've got play up and down when you're using it. If you've got it already maxed out there, if you do a jump or go over a bump, that's not going to come down any further to stop the shock. So that means with that, when it's like that, at least you've got room to go up and room to come down to make that difference. If that makes any sense. Sorry. Bloody hell, I'm having trouble speaking today, I'll tell you. So yeah, that's the other thing I like to find out. So yeah, the front ones are in. Now I just get the rear ones out of the packet. And I'd like to also take this opportunity to thank all my new subscribers, and I would still like to thank all my old subscribers for for sticking with me over that Christmas period. I know I didn't produce that much, but I did have a job in town where I was working every day, and then I had the kids at home on school holidays, so I really couldn't do too much. I couldn't do too much, not with the kids, because you hear them fighting in their bedrooms, and they'll have their bloody games blaring, and you'll be able to hear them as well as me. So just like to thank everyone for all your support, and all my new subscribers, thank you. I hope you like my videos, and thank you for subscribing. So that's why I sort of didn't do too much. I wanted to, but yeah, it just wasn't really worth it. I didn't want to I didn't want to cut out a shell and have to restart the video again, because I've got two kids fighting in the background. So, but yeah, so that's it there. See, I may drop that down one more, which I probably will now, because see how it's a bit higher than the front. If that shows you, I'll zoom in. Sorry about this camera. See how that's not touching, but see how the front is. The front's touching the ground there, and that's too high. So I want to drop that down just to the middle, just so I've got that little bit of play there, which I'll show you when I do it, and you'll see what I mean. We'll go back to one. There we go. So I'll show you what I mean. So that's on the end. Like, it is straight, yes. That's what I've been saying. I know what I'm saying and what I'm doing is probably wrong now, but I just want to see what it looks like in the middle. But if it's too low in the middle, I'm not going to do it. But I'm thinking the middle might be best with this situation. Only two, if I go all the way in now, I'll show you what I'm talking about. See there. See how it's down a lot more now? That's nearly touching. I'm happy with that. Before it was like that. It was nowhere near that there. See how it's nearly touching, but it's not exactly. I'm happy with that there, because then I've still got room for it to go down. Take that little bit of brunt, and then also, I've got that little bit of room to come down. Not much, but enough. And then also I've got that up there. So I don't have that binding issue when I do get it that low. So, but within saying that, everyone sets up their cars differently. I like to have it in between, so I've got a little bit of play. So if you do want to race on grass, and you hit a big patch of long grass and then it goes to short and long again, at least you've got that little bit of play. So you've always got that traction in between the longer and shorter stuff, so the wheels can drop down if need be to make up that little bit extra. Bloody grip or whatever else, so the wheels can get to the ground a little bit further than being maxed out at one level. There's that. Sorry about my arm. Sorry about the bloody view. I forgot the zoom is out. Sorry about that, guys. My video's shocking. So, and yes, it is the first day of school for my kids. So this is, like, you may see this a couple of weeks later. So this is why I'm doing the video now, because I've got no kids fighting. So it's always a bonus. Do I have the wheel? Yeah, I've got the wheel nuts. What I might do, I might see how that, while I'm on here, it's only going to take a couple of minutes. I might put the wheels on this. I know I've got to buy new wheels, but I'll put the wheels on it, and I just want to see how much problem's going to have with the two batteries on here. If it's going to need extra shocks, or like, you probably won't know unless you're using it. Don't get me wrong, I understand that, but yeah, it's just, I just want to see if they can at least handle just a little bit. That's all. So that, and then yeah, that's that part of it done. And All I'm waiting for now, like I said, I've bought 2 pinion gears at 21 tooth. So I'm not sure if that's going to be not enough or might be under gearing, over gearing. I'm just not too sure. Like I said, you don't know until you try it. So this might be on the back burner maybe for a few weeks until those parts come. But I could be wrong. Those parts could be here next week. You just, with the post office at the moment, you just don't know. Yes, it's pretty bouncy, but once you start putting weight on it, that's 1. Get zoomed out, that's 2. See, the shocks are pretty, I don't know. She's going to be bouncy. I might compress the springs a bit, I think. That may stiffen up the shocks a little bit more. Like, that's what we need, probably, to stop that. Want it to be so... Geez, I go down a fair way. Actually, I might bring it back off. I'll max it out, then I'll bring it back half a turn just to see if that makes a slight difference. But like I said, if this does work out and works really well, what I might end up doing is replacing these mounts as well, the suspension towers. I want to replace them just to put thicker ones on there. So at least we've got something that can handle the weight. So this back is sagging pretty bad. I may have to put a lot thicker oil in the shocks. I'm starting to think by the looks of this, because these adjustables are actually stiffening it up pretty good. So it might be right by the looks of this. If I go max out and go back a bit, I reckon we'll be pushing, but I think we'll be nearly, oh, sorry about that. And my hand's still in the bloody way, isn't it? So I'll just quickly wind these down. So bring it back a turn. Oh, actually, that stiffened it by heaps. So if you have a look at the ground, there might have to do something about these shocks. They're pretty jumpy actually, but geez. But yeah, that's it there. So now all I have to do, I think I've got these wheel nuts way too tight. So I do cambers and stuff. As you can see, the front's a lot way out. That's for another video. I'm not too worried about camber just at the moment. Sorry if my arm's in the way. I'm just loosening these tires off a little bit. So I think they're way too tight. There we go. Look at that. Now she bloody rolls. So I tighten the wheels. So as you can see from the front, I'll show you the camber. See how it's got, maybe a bit close, there we go. See how one's slightly cambering, like toe in up top, or might be toe out. I'm not exactly sure how they do them, but this one here is dead on straight. And that one there is just out, and it's even cocking out just a little bit. So we'll adjust them by this here, turnbuckle there, and the turnbuckle all the way down there. That will adjust your wheel. So this top one here will do your toe in, toe out. So since it's going in up top, you do it one way and it'll push it out dead straight. People like to run it with a camber. I'm not sure. I've never ran mine with cambers, to be honest. It may run better. I'm not 100%, but I've never noticed any difference compared to like when I'm running mine. It might be in a professional race sort of scene where it has to have the right camber to get the right performance, like the right grip, traction, all that type of thing, which I haven't raced RCs. I do with my RC group, but we don't do it on a national scale sort of thing. We just do it amongst ourselves as a bunch of mates having fun. That's what we think the hobby should be about. So that's how we do it. But yeah, if you have any questions, like I say, please don't hesitate to ask. Any suggestions, ideas, And yes, I know everyone's messaging me. I understand that you're not supposed to have these here. I nearly forgot. These nuts at the bottom because I'll grip on something. Like I said, I will replace them. But at the moment, I just want to see if it works first. I don't want to buy all custom screws and stuff at the exact right size that I need that will go through and bolt up properly. And then this whole thing just is a disaster. Like, you just don't know if it's going to work. So this is like my first twin engine build that I've ever done, and wouldn't mind trying to do bigger scales. But yeah, so that's the only reason why they're still there. They won't grip on anything, because I'm only going to use this on the grass and on the road. I'm not going to jump this. It's going to be way too heavy. And that's the reason. So within saying that, thank you all so much for subscribing, liking my videos, even sharing. It means so much. I can't believe how many subscribers I've got now. It's like unbelievable to how many videos I've made. Like, yeah, I'm absolutely shocked. But like I say, if you have any questions or any comments, please throw them through. Let me know what you think. If I'm not describing stuff well enough, let me know. And I'll go back through and I'll do another video and I'll describe it a bit more in depth for you if you like. But yeah, thank you. Please don't forget to like my videos and smash the bell button to stay notified as well. Thank you very much to all my new and my old subscribers for all hanging around and joining this group. Yeah, and also, before I forget, let me know about if you like these longer type of videos, or you'd rather the shorter ones because you don't really have much time in the day to watch these, 31-minute ones, and you'd rather a couple of 15s, if that makes sense. Just so then at least I know that everyone that's interested will be able to watch my videos without an issue. At least I know where I'm going with this channel as well. And yeah, go for there. So thank you all very much for liking, subscribing and watching, and I will see you on the next channel, or maybe on another movie or video, sorry. Alright, see ya.